Hi, my name is George Washington.
And I'm Martha Washington. George and I are here to tell you the marvelous story of how our country began. It's a story filled with excitement and drama.
Dreams of gold, the clash of nations.
And best of all, we get to play the starring roles. Oh, George, I never get tired of this. The bright lights, the photographers, it just makes me want to salute something.
I, Lee Ferrickson, claim this land for me and all the Vikings.
Excuse me, but we're starting on a show here.
I know. I visited America nearly 1,000 years ago.
Beat that.
I want some credit for being part of the 13 colonies.
Give me some credit.
I was here first.
No, you weren't.
I wasn't?
You wasn't? Not at all. Native Americans were here hundreds of years before you arrived. Isn't that right, George?
Oh, sorry. Come on, bring back to Minnesota.
Let's take a visit to the eastern seaboard and see what's going on with some of the local tribes.
Here come some Iroquois, and George, they don't look happy. And people say it was a steal. But have you all seen what they've done to the place? We've got us a heck of a deal. They're shaking our hands and taking our lands. Our nation's powering thin. You can never tell, but it doesn't go well. The Europeans are moving in. The Spanish are searching the south for some gold. We don't think that they're gonna stop. The French in the north want the timber and furs. The world is a great place to shop. We lived on this land for hundreds of years. There's no place that we haven't been. But something is new, the neighborhood's changed. The Europeans are moving in.
Let's move south of Florida to take a closer look at some of those new European explorers.
I see a Seminole coming our way. Isn't it exciting?
Program here. Church in this country, guides to the Everglades right here. Directions to cities built of gold. Maps to the houses of the stars. Programs, get your programs.
Hey, you wait. I am Ponce Leon, famous Spanish explorer.
Welcome. Want to buy maps to the city famous diamonds and rubies?
Ugh. Do you think I'm some dumb tourist?
Yeah, get real.
So, I was wondering, you haven't found any maps that have found you, but do you?
Well, do you?
Those are very hard to come back. Let me look. You're luck. I have one map.
Do I'll take it.
That'll be a pound of gold.
Don't you stand the panel woman?
Yes, sir.
At last it's been buried. At last it's been buried to the winter.
Some people want adventure, while others look for gold. But me, I want some water. in a stream and river, in the verse. Is that something from a swamp? I'll try it. Here's to my new liquid diet. Are my wrinkles disappearing? Is my gray beard turning black? Tell me, boys, I must know the truth. Am I younger? Am I taller? Has my pulse walked on the way? Have we found the fountain of youth? I drink from every fountain, though I don't have a thirst. In a stream and river, I think of a verse. Is that something from the swamp? I'll try it. Here's to my new liquid diet. Are my wrinkles disappearing? Is my gray beard turning black? Tell me, boys, I must know the truth. Am I younger? Am I taller? Has my folks walked on away? Have we found the fountain of youth? Fountain of youth. The fountain of youth.
My husband George got a splinter from his wooden dentures and is having his gums massaged. Isn't that remarkable? Now, where are we? Oh yes, the 1600s brought the British to America. You know what that means. Jamestown, John Smith, Pocahontas. You know the story. You've seen the movie. You've bought the product tie-ins. Life was tough on the first pioneers as they pushed out on the frontier. Let's get up close and personal with a young boy and girl. Welcome, pioneer boy and girl. Tell me, what's your life like?
Out of bed, but I'm still asleep. Cut potatoes to feed the sheep. Got no shoes, but I'm out the door. Bringing wood that I promised spring.
Sunrise, sunset. Gotta work all day. Sunrise, sunset. Not much time for play.
Lots to do, there's no time for school. Picking berries and spinning wool. Feed the hens and learn how to sew. Leave the garden so our veggies grow.
Sunrise, sunset. Gotta work all day. Sunrise, sunset. Not much time for play.
Normal day as I turn the roof. I just talk to the trees and birds. Help my mom to make all the bread. Evening comes and the grounds are bare.
Sunrise, sunset. Gotta work all day. Sunrise, sunset. Not much time for play. Sunrise, sunset. Sunrise, sunset. Sunrise, sunset. Gotta work all day. Sunrise, sunset. Not much time for play.
Welcome to Name That Colony, the quiz show that tests your knowledge on colonial trivia.
Time for a theme song from the Name That Colony Singers.
The colonies of Hampshire, New York, and Jersey are quite new. We're all aware that Delaware is something special too. Maryland's the very land I never leave behind. Connecticut is cool and Georgia's always on my mind. Jamestown, Virginia is where it all began. The Carolinas
are Betsy and Laura. Ready, guys? Here we go.
The 13th colony was established in 1732. Which one was it?
Idaho! No, Idaho is not one of the original colonies. The name of the 13th colony established in 1732 was Georgia.
I really like potatoes.
Me too.
I'm sure you do, but you have only 2 questions left, so try to concentrate. The first colony to decree religious toleration was...
Idaho! No, Idaho is not one of the original colonies. Are you sure you understand the premise of our game? Name that colony. Get it? Think of someplace near the East Coast.
Can't go wrong with a good Idaho potato.
You can mash them or bake them or smear with a little chocolate whipped cream. Thank you. But the correct answer to our question, the first colony to decree religious toleration, was Maryland. Okay, time for our last question. I'd really like you to get this one, okay?
Okay, here we go. Ready? Name the colony founded as refuge for Quakers, led by William Penn. In Philadelphia, chartered in 1682, between New York and Maryland, and it's not Idaho. Got the answer?
Idaho! No!
Potatoes.
Forget it. Start the music. Start the music.
Colonies of Hampshire, York, and Jersey are quite new. We're all aware that Delaware is something special too. Maryland's a very land I never leave behind. Connecticut is cool and Georgia's always on my mind. Jamestown, Virginia is where it all began. The Carolinas, so warm we got a tan. Rhode Island now is Island, it's so tiny and so cute. Pennsylvania's perfect, Massachusetts is a beaut. These 13 colonies are all we were pioneers. I doubt they'll need another one for several hundred years.
Thank you. It's great to be back. What a super audience. You know, Martha, I always say that Alpine audiences are the best in the world.
Oh, absolutely. Your smile is wonderful, George. It's amazing what they can do with mahogany these days.
I thought I'd introduce one of the most famous men of the 18th century. Benjamin Franklin is perhaps...
Hold it, right there, Mr. Washington.
Who are you?
What are the history police? The history police? I don't believe I'm familiar with your organization. That's right, ma'am. History police. We're here to see that you don't mess around with history.
We report the facts of history and we just clocked 2 going pretty faster a minute ago.
Pretty fast. 150 years of American history in 5 minutes? Way over speed limit.
You could right past the middle of the 13 colonies. Women around the frontier, next we got all 13 firmly established.
But we only have 25 minutes to get through the...
And now you're suddenly introducing Benjamin Franklin? Have you no respect for the world history?
I'm sorry, but...
You better slow down. Explain your audience what's going on. We won't go easy on you next time. I had no idea.
Oh, here he comes now. Ben, Franklin, can you stop for a minute?
Can you say right here?
Sure, that's what I was wondering.
What's that for talking?
Can you just stop for a minute to talk?
Oh, well, I'm too busy.
Doesn't look like it.
I got my work, I got success. I got my little printing press. I got more riches on the act to publish too. My accent's slow, my word and right. I got my string, I got my kite. I'm sorry, but I simply got a million things to do.
Little strokes fell great oaks.
Hey, that's good. Hey, that's good. I'm a walking book of famous quotes. I wish somebody here is taking notes. My Franklin stove is really hot.
helps themselves. Only to bend, only to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Vessels large may venture more, but little boats should keep near shore.
Hey, that's good. Hey, that's good. You think I have to stop and chat? When I keep coming up with things like that, so I know something new. You biscuits have so much to do. Sorry, but I simply got a million things to do. I'm sorry, but I simply got a million things to do.
I'll tell you why we British are fighting the French in this French and Indian War. It's over religion.
No, it's over control of the fur trades. You're both wrong. We want land, the French want land, something's gotta give.
It's religion.
Trading rates. It's the fight for power.
Wait, maybe we're all right, but I know why we're really fighting.
Why?
It's because we're British, and they're so, how do you say it? French.
That's it. They were hardly anything, not like we did.
Yeah.
They eat things like goose liver snails and keeps it alive. They jump in our kitchens and think they are the bosses. They smear all our meat with all kinds of rich sauces.
The French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. The French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. There's just one thing we can do. We must fight and say adieu. You can bet your shadow the French are got to go.
You don't understand what we're trying to say, yeah. We ought to stop boiling the British sleigh ride. We tell them it's casual, they still wear ties. They
Have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. The French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. There's just one thing we can do. We must fight inside of you. You can bet your shadow the French have got to go. The French have got to go.
Here we are in Boston in 1773.
Hold it, right there.
The history police again.
You're in trouble, my friend, Mr. Washington. Having a little French in the French and Indian War, were we? Well, history's not about fun, Mr. Washington. No, sir. No, sir. It was the facts, the dates, the family trees. And now in 1777, you got a load on Revolutionary War. You got to explain things, Mr. Washington. Tell the audience that after the French were defeated in the war, the British and the colonies were left for control of the land. Control of the land, Mr. Washington. We're not going to learn you again.
Yes, well, here we are, again, in a cold night in Boston in 1773. The colonists are not happy with British rule.
I'll get Cokes right here. Pepsi, Pepsi Cola, ice cold Pepsi right here.
Wait a minute, I'll take one of those.
Say, aren't you Samuel Adams?
Yes, I am. And this is my cousin John Adams and his wife Abigail. She's wanting little John Quincy Adams.
So you're the Adams family.
Yes, we are.
Then where's Uncle Festo?
Excuse me?
And when did you upper-crust colonists like yourself start drinking sodas and stop drinking teas?
The Parliament back in England put a tax on all imported tea. We're going to show the British that they can't get away with it.
Bang on the drums, blow on the trumpets, get out some cups, bring out some crumpets. It's the tea we should be drinking, 300 chests, see them all sinking. One lump or two, how do you take your tea? Just one way will do at the bottom of the sea. Tyranny is here with this taxation when we don't have representation. Up a bell, it's time to ring it. Pick up some tea, it's time to fling it. One lump or two, how do you take your tea? Just one way will do at the bottom of the sea. One lump or two, how do you take your tea? Just one way will do at the bottom of the sea.
Look, George, it's Henry Wadsworth Longfellow and Sybil Leddington. Looks like Longfellow's working on a poem.
This is a special moment, Martha. Longfellow's trying to write an epic poem about Sybil.
Okay, that's it. What do I do now? What did you do? What do you got the whole beginning of the Revolutionary War? Here we are in the middle of the colonists fight from British rule. Start in the middle. Revolutionary descent, beginning, middle, ending. And now in 1777, we all know on Revolutionary War heroine, Sybil Luddington talking to the great American poet Longfellow. It wasn't even born until 30 years later. That's it.
Where's your dramatic license?
We're revoking that license, mister. But Longfellow was right there, talking to Sybil Leddington.
How about, listen, my children, and you shall learn the one of Midnight Ride of Sybil Leddington. I don't know, Sybil, it doesn't sound good. But I deserve a little recognition, Hank. I did everything Paul Revere did. I know, but your name just doesn't flow. Besides, Paul Revere went on his famous ride first.
But that was in Massachusetts. I rode to warn the militia in New York. Think how much more dangerous that could be.
How about, listen, my children, and you shall learn the one of the Midnight Ride of Sybil Leddington. Ah, that's even worse.
But shouldn't people know about her too?
But her name just doesn't rhyme with anything. Think of Revere, there's so many possibilities. Year, clear, hemisphere.
But she was just a girl. That's something, isn't it?
Volunteer, wood veneer.
Oh, I'll never be famous.
Miles and horse in the dark isn't exactly a walk in the park. I saw Patty's house and a name on the door. And the British are coming once more. Sybil Luddington, Sybil each year. Sybil Luddington, glad you came here. Too bad your name doesn't rhyme like a year. You'll miss the folk songs and the textbooks you hear. Too bad your name doesn't rhyme like
I like to think I, George Washington, father of the country, generals, etc., had some part in it all. The colonists were ready to fight back for freedom.
Revolutionary War. Independence we're fighting for. We got tired of Matthew George's reign. We got common sense from Thomas Paine. It's our Revolutionary War. It's Washington and the Valley Forge. It's a road across the Delaware. It's a Nathan Hill road right there. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's why we want to throw out the ground. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thomas Jefferson wrote it all down. It's our Revolutionary War. Benedict Arnold falsely swore. We had Betsy Ross and Lafayette. And the French blockade we won't forget. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's why we want to throw up the crown. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thomas Jefferson wrote it all down. It's our Revolutionary War. It's independence we're fighting for. We got tired of Matthew George's reign. We got common sense from Thomas Paine.
Well, it's all over now. The colonists have sent the British packing. I've been elected first president, and my first act was to arrest these four history clerks for being a public nuisance.
But I have one life to lose for my country. The president isn't going to execute us. He isn't? No. I knew that.
With a solid constitution, this new country will get up to a flying start. Let's end our review of the 13 colonies with a chat with James Madison, the man behind the Constitution.
You know, I thought the Constitution was perfect, but I have to admit, Bill and Wright has just the right touch. So come on, George Martha, let's do it.
Do what?
Let's boogie the